Okay, welcome back. This is going to be a good test of the Adobe Audio AI enhancement thing because there's literally 100 construction workers right outside my house running chainsaws and such. So if the audio sucks, that's why. Today we're going to be breaking down a couple of frames from a commercial that I shot. It's a comedy, very high-key look. This was a spec commercial I shot this past June. Diving into this first frame, we have this big wide shot of this woman lying on her bed in the room. And for this, we did a super complicated lighting setup with no lights at all. No, but in all seriousness, there actually is no practical lighting in this. We just use the natural light that's coming in from the window here, as you can see. When we scouted this location beforehand, we knew the sun would be at an optimal position at a certain time of day. And outside of this window, as you can see in the frame here, there's a bunch of trees, and those were all around the background here. And we knew that the sun would start to dip behind those and just create a really nice, soft, dappled light that comes through, as you can see, coming down on the bed here. Now, what was tricky about this is that we were actually ahead of schedule, which pretty much never happens, but that means that we got to shooting this shot earlier in the day than we had expected. But we were saved by the fact that our lunch actually was ready earlier than expected as well, so we actually ended up breaking the crew for lunch and coming back to the shot at the more optimal time of day. So rather than having the sunlight spilling on the back wall here like it was a couple hours earlier, we had it coming down and spilling onto the bed, onto our actual talent. Now you see this frame multiple times throughout the edit, and I just wanted to show this version that comes later on where we actually got a really lucky light reflection off of a car that was in the street below. This is on the third story of this building. And we got this really nice reflection that just goes up on the wall and shows her shadow up on the wall there. This was just complete luck, but I think it turned out pretty cool. And if you're wondering, we shot this whole commercial on the Alexa Mini LF with some Zeiss Supreme Primes, as well as some custom diffusion filters from my very own filter company, Element Filters, which you can check out in the description down below. The ND filters we shot on are out now, and the diffusion filters are coming before the end of the year, so check that out if you're interested. Moving on to a tighter frame from the same setup, we put the camera a lot lower down. And once again, the lighting for this is relatively simple. We again waited for a nice time of day where the sun went behind the trees that you see in this back window here. We just wanted to wait so there wasn't direct sunlight just blasting in through the window or hitting the wall and bouncing all around the room. For lighting, besides the natural light that's coming into the room, this is just a one light wonder. We set up I think it was a 1x3 light mat just on a frame here with an egg crate on it. And essentially all that that's doing is just helping wrap the light around onto her face from where the window is. Obviously the window is more on the right side of the frame, and we just wanted to bring that light down and around and focus more on her face. Moving on to the second setup here, I'll show you a version of this where the focus is on her as well as on the Alexa here later on. For our talent, we actually just relied completely on the natural light that's coming through the window. There was nothing else done for this, just the right time of day, a nice warm soft light that's dappling through the trees and kind of providing that outline that you see in that backlight that's all around her. Jumping in a frame that has the Alexa in focus, obviously you can see that the Alexa is now lit up, and we did time that with the action of the focus pull, pulling from our talent to the Amazon Alexa. For lighting, we kept the same light panel, I believe it was the 2L, and just hung that just above and outside of frame, once again with the egg crate on it to control the spill of that light so it didn't make our wall or anything else on the desk too hot. And that just provided a nice back sort of top edge to fill in this scene here. In addition to that, we added a tiny little Aperture MC, one of those tiny little puck lights. I'm sure you've all seen them before, just to fill in this side of the Alexa because it was looking pretty dark before we added that in. Also, to help fill that side in, we did have just off screen a tiny little shiny bounce just to help uplift the darker side of the Alexa. You can see there is still a nice key and fill side that you can have the depth to still, but we just wanted to be able to see the whole product, obviously, since this is what the commercial is about, and it's one of the more master shots of the product itself. Obviously, there are a lot of other setups and frames in the actual edit, which I will leave a link to down in the description below if you want to watch the full thing. But I just wanted to break down a few of these frames from this room and this specific setup just because I think they were super simple but actually came out quite nice after a nice color grade. The deeper I get into being a cinematographer, the more I realize that time of day and location are as important, if not more important, than the actual lighting setups you have, because controlling light from a shitty position of where the sun is a lot harder than just waiting for the sun to be in the right position if your production can get the timing right and make that work for you, obviously. All right, that's pretty much it. We'll see you in the next video.